Welcome to our channel. I hope you are doing well. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this one.
We are the only creatures on this planet who know they are going to die. We are the only beings who can look at the night sky, feel the silence behind the stars, and ask, what is all of this? And what am I doing here? We have carried that question for thousands of years. Across every civilization, every language, every age of history, humans have looked at the size of existence and felt small. And from that feeling, something else has always followed. Worry. We worry because we are conscious. Because we can imagine futures that have not yet arrived and mourn pasts that will never return. Because we are aware, more than any other creature, of how fragile everything is, of how quickly things change, of how little control we actually have over the vast river of events that carries us from birth to death. We were given the extraordinary gift of self-awareness, and we have spent most of that awareness rehearsing disaster. Humanity has crossed oceans, built civilizations, reached the surface of other worlds, and through all of it, the deepest and most persistent companion has not been courage or wonder. It has been anxiety, the fear that what we have will be taken, that what we love will end, that we are not enough, not safe, not permanent, that somewhere beneath the surface of everyday life, something is about to go wrong. We have inherited this. It runs through our blood. But at some point, it stopped being wisdom and became a prison. But it was never supposed to be this way, and the universe itself is the proof. Look at what you actually are. You are a temporary arrangement of matter and energy in a cosmos that is 14 billion years old. The atoms in your body were forged in the hearts of stars that burned out long before this planet existed. You are not separate from the universe. You are the universe, looking at itself through a particular pair of eyes for a brief and unrepeatable moment. And you are spending that moment worried. Of what use is the worry? What does it add to the magnificence of what is already here? The anxiety does not extend your time. It does not protect the people you love. It does not make the stars any clearer or the silence any deeper. It takes the only life you have and fills it with a version of events that exists nowhere except inside your own mind. The present moment, this one, is the only place where anything is real, and worry is the art of leaving it. Alan Watts told you something that cuts to the bone of what it means to be human. He told you that the root of anxiety is the belief that you are something that needs to be protected, a separate self, adrift in a hostile universe, responsible for keeping itself intact. He said this belief is the source of almost everything that causes us suffering, and he said it is based on a fundamental misreading of what we actually are. Watts told you that you are not a stranger in this universe. You did not arrive here from somewhere else. You grew out of this world, the way a wave grows out of the ocean, the way a leaf grows out of a tree. The universe did not create you and then send you into itself. You are the universe doing what it does. And a universe does not need to worry about itself. Watts told you that the mind which is always scanning the future for danger is a mind that has made a mistake about time. It believes that security lives somewhere ahead, that if it can just get through this week, this year, this crisis, it will finally arrive somewhere safe. But safety is not a destination. And the future is never where you actually live. You live here. You have always lived here. And here is always, in some essential way, already whole. He told you that the attempt to control what is coming is the very thing that destroys your ability to meet it. When you grip the future in your mind and try to arrange it before it arrives, you are not preparing yourself. You are exhausting yourself. You are spending the only energy you have on a battle that cannot be won, against an opponent that does not yet exist. Watts told you that life is not a problem that was handed to you to solve. It is an experience that was given to you to live. And the difference between those two things is everything. So stop worrying. Not because everything will be fine. You do not know that. Nobody does. Stop worrying because the worrying is not making anything better. It is only making now worse. And now is the only thing you have ever truly possessed. You were given a life inside a universe so vast that no human mind can hold it. You were given consciousness in a cosmos that produced, as far as we know, almost nothing else that can look at itself and ask why. That is not nothing. That is not a life to be spent in dread. The size of what you have been given and the smallness of what you are spending it on do not match. And somewhere inside you, you already feel that. Come back, not to a plan, not to a solution. Come back to what is actually here. The contemplative traditions that Watts drew from most deeply understood something about worry that goes deeper than advice. In the vision of Advaita Vedanta, anxiety is not simply a habit of mind, it is the symptom of a case of mistaken identity. You believe you are a small and separate self moving through a world that is outside of you, at risk of being lost, damaged, forgotten. And from inside that belief, worry is not irrational. It is the only response that makes sense. If you are finite and alone in an indifferent universe, then of course you must be vigilant. Of course the future is a threat. But Advaita asks a question that precedes all of that. It asks, who is the one who is worried? When you look for the self that needs protecting, what do you actually find? You find thoughts, sensations, images of a past and a future. But beneath all of that movement, there is something that is not moving. An awareness that is present before the worried thought arrives and still present after it dissolves. That awareness is not inside the problem. It is the space in which the problem appears. And space is not afraid. This is what the yogic tradition calls the witness. What Ramana Maharshi pointed to when he said, find out who is asking the question. What the Upanishads name with the words Tat Tvam Asi, that thou art. The awareness that you are is not the small self at risk. It is the ground of all experience, the presence in which the entire universe rises and falls. You are not a fragment of existence, anxious about survival. You are existence itself, temporarily taking the shape of a human being, wondering if it is enough. It always was. It always is. The worry will still come. Thoughts about what might happen will still arise. That is what minds do. But you do not have to climb inside them and live there. You can watch them appear, recognize them as weather passing through a sky that does not move, and return to the only place where the question of your survival was never really the point. Here, in this awareness, in this breath, in this moment that the entire history of the universe conspired to produce, and that will never come again.